What is going on, everyone? Happy Thursday. We've got football today. A little rainy on the East Coast, but we got BTL episode 139 piece. How we doing? Javon's coming. All right, he's got homework to do. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. All right. Chat, how we doing? Coin Thieves, you are fucking smart as shit, dude. You are awesome. You are awesome. Who's sweating plus 40 in that Rice game right now? What are you talking about, brother? What are you talking about? We've got a big day today. All right. We've got NFL Seahawks versus Niners. That could be the biggest fake sharp / real sharp debate of the season. We're going to talk about that. We'll talk about some CBBs, maybe touch on some NBA and some NHL as well. But maybe we'll talk about why I gave out 3 PODs yesterday instead of just 1. And then the other 2 lost. Maybe we should talk about that. That was dumb. Did I go 2 and 3 yesterday, Crabs? No, I did not. 1 and 3. 1 and 3. Transparency. Okay. Need me in my bag? Okay, yes. I will be in my bag. I've already been in my bag. I have a POD for tonight. Okay. 1 play. I have a POD for tonight. All right. You guys want it early? You want it now? You guys want it now? Let me know. You want to wait for the fellas? Yeah, Ron, you can guess it, brother. You can guess it. Please don't be cutie patootie. Okay. Whatever that means. It's not Chattanooga. No, it's definitely not Chattanooga's. Unfortunately. And it's not Incarnate Word plus 9.5 tomorrow. Although you know I'm 100% going to be on that. Okay. It's a college basketball game tonight. Has nobody guessed it? Here we go. Boom. The Advocate. The Advocate. And I ain't talking about the Seahawks. I'm not talking about the Seahawks. Talk about the goddamn Red Hawks. The goddamn Red Hawks. Okay. Radford did cover yesterday. Square's got to win. That is facts, sir. That is facts. Yes, we're going with Seattle's tonight. Yes. Seattle's minus 1.5. Whatever you can get them at. Whatever you can get them at. All right. It's going to be Cameron Tyson legacy game. They're going to win this game by 10. This is their second real game of the season until they go back to just play whack opponents. They absolutely folded against Washington earlier this season, which is their biggest rival. Now they get Oregon State. This Oregon State team stinks. Although they do play some defense, they're not going to be able to cover Cam Tyson. Sorry, they can't. So we're going with Seattle, and I'm not talking about the Seahawks. Although it might be on them too. To be completely honest with you, it might be on them too. Trent on USC under to fade you, sure. Yes, that was a couple days ago, though, sir. Zach on this as well. Definitely nuke worthy. Awesome. Good. Awesome. Good. How are the splits on this? They're okay. They're okay. It's a little more public than I thought, but that's probably also why the line flipped from plus 1.5 to minus 1.5 overnight. I grabbed them in a pick'em last night because I knew I was going to be on them. Woke up, they're minus 1.5. They've got 51% of bets, 55% of handle on the spread. You look over at the ML, which probably has more bets, to be honest with you, with the spread being so close. 43% of bets, 68% of handle on Seattle ML. So I'm cool with that. Okay. Wait, Trent faded me again last night? No, he didn't. Unbelievable. Whatever. I'm not even going to address that. We move. How about those Terps last night? Holy shit. Raise your hand if you were on the Terps last night. Raise your hand. I want to see them. Raise them. That was the worst bet of all time. Nice. Good. Luke Slocks, you took UCLA's. Attaboy. Fuck the Terps. Yes, fuck the Terps. So turns out the Terps aren't good yet. Just like I suspected on Sunday when I was up there in Brooklyn watching them play against Tennessee, the Terps are not good yet. They got off to a little bit of a hot start there, but they've got a lot of work to do with that team. And, of course, in the second half, Reese didn't even come out. They pretty much packed up shop. So they were caked. So for anyone who live bet them with me, I'm sorry, but did not know that Reese was not going to be coming out there for the second half. He's literally their entire team. He's huge. Without him, I mean, you saw what happened in the paint in the second half in that game. Holy fuck. Yeah, not good. Terps, not there yet. I told you guys, college basketball just wants Maryland to be good, and it's just too forced. It's too forced. They will be back. Kevin Willard is a good coach. They will be back, but it's going to take time. It's going to take time. And that was the fucking bald coach game of the year last night. Kevin Willard and Mick Cronin going at it. And by the way, they're good buddies. They coached together as assistants back in the day. But that was like the bald coach game of the year. Just geniuses going at it. Mick Cronin won that battle. He did. I really didn't bet Louisville last night. No, King Dre. We don't try to catch falling knives anymore. We don't. But if you bet Louisville last night, good fucking bet. What else? Yeah, you guys do need another big man, Ferris. Yeah, Dilgod SVP was also there. So it was literally the bald guy game of the year. UCLA took that one. So we get one good game this week, and it was a 40-piece. I know, Golden Caked. I know. Be patient. They're almost done with exams, and then they come back with a vengeance with conference play. There he is. Boom.
Here.
2 words. Boom.
Yeah.
There he is.
Maybe three.
3 words. Boom, bam. Was Talon G Unit and Louisville had better thoughts? I don't think G Unit had Louisville's. But that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Beef Stewskis. What's up, dude? Yeah, Lambda Chi. Fuck yeah. What about Chattanooga's? No. Javon, I was just telling them about my favorite college basketball play today, the POD, Seattle's.
Whew. Okay.
You don't like it, do you?
A little scared. I would say, dog to favorite is definitely in your favor. It's just I'm very weary because this is still a 7-1 Seattle team going up against Oregon State, who has not impressed anybody. So I'd be a little worried. We did see, I think, the same thing play out with Washington.
They got smoked.
Yeah, which they played great for a majority of that game. It was just a little cold stretch, which Washington's defense tends to do to some teams. So I don't know. I'm on the fence.
Well, this Oregon State defense, they're no slouch. They're okay. They do D up. They press a little bit. That's about all they do. They don't really have any scoring. Seattle, same type of thing. They got a bunch of bots running around. Their defense first team, but they have Cam Tyson. And this kid's been absolutely tweaking. I think they kind of blew it against Washington, their big rival in that big school. And now we're seeing, like you said, the same type of spot here. I don't think they're going to blow this time. And it's still, Seattle versus a real school. And Seattle's the favorite, right? So
it is.
I like the line flip. The splits are okay. I was telling chats, the splits are okay. On the ML, 43% of bets, 68% of handle on Seattle. So big bets are coming down. The ML, the spread, which probably doesn't have as many bets or money on it because the spread is so tight. 51%, 55% of bets on Seattle. So not good, not bad. More of a basketball brain play. I think this game's going to be ugly. I think Cam Tyson's the only guy on the court that can score. And just seeing Seattle favored against a Power 5 school, I'm in.
Not against it. I'll just say you might get a little worried come a couple hours after you hear it quite a few times.
Yeah. I don't know if we're going to hear it. Well, now we might.
I will guarantee we'll hear it.
Okay.
That's my lock of the day. When we hear a Seattle pitch on stream.
That's Javon's POD, is that you're going to
That's
hear
my
Seattle
POD
pitch
right
a bunch
there.
of times? Great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Maybe not a bunch of times, but I know it's got to be at least twice.
Why did we fade Queens?
It's a great question.
They're good.
I'll do it again, though.
They're good at basketball. No, after watching that game, that Queens team is just still really fucking good, and they just make shots. Ball goes in hoop. Their coach is great. You know, when even when Kenny Dye doesn't have a good night, like last night, you saw their wings step up and bang threes. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Like I found myself rooting for that fucking team. I don't even know why. They're so awesome. You know, their coach coaches a what is that tournament called? Like the $1 million tournament or whatever. The tournament,
TBT.
It's called the tournament. I'm pretty sure, whatever. He coaches one of those teams. He coaches D2, which is like all these like D2 legends from back in the day. And Queens used to run D2.
Yeah.
Until they got the bump. So people do forget. But yeah, that team should not be faded, to be honest with you. And ETSU had every chance to win that game. They sucked. They sucked. They were fucking terrible. And then somebody in chat was also saying before you came in, we get one good basketball game this week and Maryland loses by 40. Nice. And then I lied bet them at half because the game looked identical to Sunday. I was like, okay, Maryland's going to do the same fucking thing. And even in that last like minute and a half of the first half, Maryland did the same exact thing they did on Sunday where they scored a little bit. They showed a little bit of heart. The crowd got a little loud. And then the second half starts. I'm like, all right, I got plus 23.5 in my pocket. Fuck it. They're going to try to claw back into this. And the first thing the commentators pan over to is Julian Reese on the bench in fucking street clothes saying, yeah, Julian Reese won't be returning and his shoulder's fucked up. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Next thing you know, UCLA is scoring 100 points in the paint. We will hear Seattle and Santa Clara all day. Awesome, Dogod. Thank you. Great. Fuck. Speaking of Seattle's, now we got to deal with this fucking Seattle San Francisco fake sharp game of the millennium. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's saying, is Seattle the right play? Is Seattle fake sharp? I don't even know what the hell is going on. And I've seen a lot of Seattle talk today.
Yeah.
A lot. Honestly, this week, a lot of Seattle talk. And I've been anti-Seattle all season, saying that Pete Carroll and Gino are just overperforming pretty much all year. I've been saying that. And they're finally playing like shit. Now they're plus 3.5. Are you seeing this? Now the line's moving.
Yeah. I think I've been seeing it bounce kind of back and forth, depending on where you look. 3.5. But yeah, I've been seeing it. I've seen it everywhere. Yeah.
So what do we do?
I really don't want to bet it. I don't want to bet a side in this game because if I had to bet a side, it's going to have to be the Niners. I mean, you want to – I know there's a Niners tax on a lot of these props, but even if you go to back to any of the matchups the 49ers have had, there hasn't been this amount of people, whether it's just all Geno Smith or whoever it may be. DK is almost green too. Nobody this green when we're talking about all the props. So it's screaming the Seahawks are not going to be able to score today, which makes sense against that Niners defense. But this is a level I think I haven't seen it before. So it's looking crazy.
Yeah, but this is also the best defense in football playing their best ball right now against a team who's spiraling out of control downwards.
Yeah, and I get that 100%. But I'm saying this is like when you look at all of his props, all of Geno's props, especially, even going back to like Brady last week and some of the other, I would say, worse offenses they've faced, it's been nothing like this. It's every single prop is green for Geno, every single one. Talk about yards, you talk about completions, attempts, the 1.5 combo touchdown square, all of it. So it's insane. And we talk about like some of the receivers too. Some of the receivers, I think DK's numbers pretty low. The Geno's numbers are still getting bumped down. Kenneth Walker is getting bumped down. There's just looking like no semblance of offense. And to say like it can't go under and the 49ers kind of do the same thing offensively and it's just a tight game, sure. But I'm good off of that.
Okay. Damn. Even with the total going up a little bit too.
Just might be another Bucks game situation. Wouldn't be shocked.
Well, I'm super down to fade Geno any way possible. Down to put that in the prize picks. I know there's a free entry going around. People are talking about free entry today.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Maybe we can craft something up for the kids. Also, shout out to Kane last night.
Yeah, good call.
Shout out the squad ride. Good hit, gents. 23 and 14. Sure we can. All right. Well, this game makes my brain hurt, and I'm going to have to see what happens with Brock Purdy too. If Brock Purdy doesn't play and the spread stays here, I'll probably be on San Fran or at least off Seattle. If Brock Purdy plays and the spread stays here, I will probably be on Seattle or I'm going to be off. But you're scaring me. You're making me want to play it. You're making me want to take nothing in this game.
I mean, that's what I want to do. I'm not going to lie to you, but
he's playing. All right. Good looks, chat. Good looks, chat. We got a Shefty bomb. Sure. Good. All right. Well, let's see what the line does. Although maybe that has an effect of why the line just moved to spec towards San Francisco. Probably does.
Maybe.
Okay. Let's see what happens. Seeing some Kittle boosts today too. I'm in no rush to take Kittle just ever again. You just never know when he's going to just be playing lineman. He just turns into Trent Williams and just doesn't catch. Could this be McCaffrey game? Is this McCaffrey day?
I mean, he's probably even more boosted than Kittle is, but
wow,
it's just like I don't know. It's the 49ers. I'm not scared off by McCaffrey or Kittle.
Who else can they even boost?
That's the thing, especially with Debo out. Like, I'm not scared of whoever they're going to boost in this situation. So I'm good with whatever. I think if you look at McCaffrey, the usage is going to have to be there. It's just going to have to be there. There's no question about it. So especially if Brock Purdy's a little injured, I wouldn't be scared of the McCaffrey boost. Kittle, I wouldn't be scared of the boost either. It's just, again, if they're really putting an emphasis on running the ball against this pretty porous Seahawks defense, especially if Purdy is, really, really banged up and they want to emphasize the run game, Kittle's going to be an extra right tackle. So it's tough. And yeah, I've seen this a lot too, which
Pete Carroll owns the Niners.
Yeah, Pete Carroll, part owner of the 49ers, might as well be just telling John Lynch what to do up there at GM.
How good we talking here?
Pretty good. 49ers playing for the division as their defense is no good. Yeah, I mean the Seahawks are also playing for the playoffs, so it's not like there's any lack of motivation from either side here.
Yeah, and I've got skin in this game already. Like as a Manders fan, I need Seattle to lose this game. 11-1 in his last 12. Holy smokes, dude.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Pete Carroll is an extremely underrated coach. I'll give him that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'll give him that.
Absolutely.
And I don't think him coming back this year and this team having a winning record. If this team ends up having a winning record at the end of the year, Pete Carroll's name should be fucking thrown into Coach of the Year too. Just out of respect. The amount of people scratching their heads in the beginning of the season saying, why the hell is Geezball Pete coming back for this? Me included. I mean, he proved us all wrong and showed us why he came back. Because he believed in his guys and knew that he could make a winning team out of these scraps. It's impressive. It's impressive.
Yeah.
Shout out Kenneth Walker as well. He's been really nice for them. Speaking of Kenneth Walker, what are we thinking? What are we thinking he's going to be doing tonight? I know he's back.
He's back, and on Thursday night, I'd certainly be worried of them kind of easing him back into this game as far as volume goes. I think you would see a little more Travis Homer than you have seen, maybe a little Tony Jones sprinkle compared to the games that Kenneth Walker started. I think that's kind of reflective in his rushing line. Again, I'm very, very aware of how good the 49ers defense is, and it's going to make all of these lines lower. But even in these games where he has had, I guess, comparable defenses, not even comparable defense, just this defense he played the last couple of games that he's been healthy. I mean, His line's been set 60s, 70s. So I mean, now that he's seeing 45.5 and dropping, I believe. Yes, Niners defense is good, but I just don't know if the volume is going to be there for him. So I'd be a little scared to take anything Kenneth Walker today, like kind of independent of the matchup itself.
Yes, even especially if DJ Dallas is active too. They like using him for some reason as well.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see if he was going to play.
He's questionable still. I just looked.
Yeah, I mean Thursday night, I would expect them to kind of rotate that backfield, especially with the injuries that are going on in a short week.
Yeah, they probably if he was healthy, they'd probably be rotating more often than they would anyways. And he's not.
Very true.
So
very true.
I agree. Pig Acid. Look at him being smart. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Guys, join the college football poll. Okay. I'll pin it to my Twitters so you guys can easily access it. Okay.
Boom.
Let me pin this shit.
Boom.
Oh, it's already pinned. Sure. Attaboy, Javon. Sure.
Yeah.
Good.
I don't know.
Good. Pinned on my Twitter. College football bowl pick'em free. Giving away $100 and some merch if you win.
Yeah.
So good luck beating me. What's a pin, dude?
Dilgod.
Good luck, guys. I already paid him out. Sure.
Minus 250 on my book. Dilgod first place.
Yep. Dilgod's been kind of feeding cake though, so I don't know. Dilgod's been cake boss.
Head's been in the right space. Can't blame him. Can't blame him.
Signed custom Crabs Queens jersey, sure. All right. What about the total in this game? What is the Prize Picks board saying to you, Javon? It sounds like it's kind of saying under.
It is, but I mean the total in this game, especially that's kind of crept over. I know there's been some buyback down to the low, or down to the under. So would keep an eye on that, but it has very quickly gotten over that key number of 42. So if it keeps coming back, I think that's really good for the under. Because I think we've seen a couple of those movements recently. I think it's listening to DeGen a little bit earlier, saying it's very similar to the Patriots game that we saw. It got steamed up very quickly and started to trickle back down and went under by a little bit, by a point or two. So I don't know. I think if it goes over, that's going to have to be another Niners masterclass. That's what I think. I don't think the Seahawks are going to win a game where they're scoring 1 million points. I think it's going to have to be a gross game for them. So if you're a Seahawks backer, I think you want this total to keep creeping down.
This is a good question, and we were going to talk about this game today too, because it starts tomorrow before our show. So we might as well segue real quick. But looks like UAB quarterback, his odds on PP are a little bit shorter, a little bit less than the books. Let's take a peek here. Let's take a peek. 154.5 for UAB. I mean, he's coming off a game he threw 91 yards, so that's definitely scary. And they're also the favorite to win this game, so they might be running the damn ball. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be lying if I told you I just like this game kind of in general. I do think we get points here. I just don't know how it's really going to come. I don't have a strong lean anyway. I mean, there is certainly a difference between these lines, and that's not exactly uncommon for, I guess, college football lines when you look at kind of these lower tier games. I know it's a bowl game, but not surprised. I do think we get points, so I mean, I'd take the over with the value. I have no problem with it. So nothing really strong for me, though.
Okay. I guess that would go with the over on the passing yards.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit.
Pure wage boost in 49ers ML and 49ers minus 3.5. Sure. That guy could just be fucking with us, though, because he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
He knows.
That guy. He's got a good sense of humor, but jerk. God. Just fucking with people. All right. Well, what about any CBB plays that are sticking out to you today, sir?
It's a great question. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, getting very tired of exam week. It's really pissing me off. But we do have a very, very random first Southland Conference game today, which is it just makes no sense because there's one and then there's not one until like New Year's Eve on the regular
Is
schedule.
it Southeast Louisiana and Nicholls State?
Yes.
Yeah, so I like Nicholls State today.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay.
I do too. I honestly, shockingly, kind of want to take the under.
Really?
Yeah, because with Nicholls and kind of the reason I lean into them is they're going to force a lot of turnovers. And yes, the pace is going to be there. Yes, the tempo is going to be there. Nicholls, at least, what would worry me about laying 7.5 with Nicholls is their free throw shooting has been atrocious for years now, and it has gotten a little better, but it's not great. In a game where Sela, I don't think anybody's taken less than like 25 free throws against them in a game this year because they just hack so much. They have for years too. So that worries me a little bit, but I think this game is just too sloppy to the point of like, yes, we're going to see tempo and pace, but I think we're going to see a lot of turnovers and just a lot of bad shot making. It's like this total starting to inch down, and I think that's one of the reasons why. So I think we get a little defensive, I don't want to say masterclass from Nicholls, but I think they're just going to put them in a box. And how much can you do that against the Sela offense? I don't know, but I think it might be enough to go under that number.
We've seen the total go down.
Yeah, and yes, I know, Marty, these teams played zero defense, but it's going to be such a sloppy game, and regardless of if they play zero defense, they still got to make the shots, which I think both of them are going to struggle with.
Yeah, you don't really see Southland totals go down ever.
Not much.
Interesting. But you would. I know you don't love Nicholls spread, but if you had to take a spread, you would lean that way.
Yeah, I would lean that way for sure. I think it's hard for me again to take them, not just because of like the free throw situation, but they did just go to Texas Tech and make that game very competitive. Again, I don't think Texas Tech is very good, so I'm not that shocked, but in the public eye, maybe a little bit.
You talk about Fardal's moving around too.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. I mean, that's got to be a Mark Adams situation right there. I mean, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. We're talking about it. It's just that Fardal situation is really, really weird. And then kind of in that statement, he talked about how he was finally just magically healthy, even though he was supposed to be out until, February or something. So he's getting his cast off or whatever. He's resuming basketball activities, and then all of a sudden he's out of the program. So that is really, really weird. And I don't know what's going on there.
Or his foot is absolutely fucked. And either the school is not ready to play him yet, and he just wants to get out there and play, or maybe this is their way of saying bye-bye. Like, this is your way of you leaving without us cutting you so it doesn't look bad for you. I don't know. Whatever it is, something's going on and really weird. So let's keep our eyes peeled on where he ends up. If he ends up at a smaller school, we'll know that his injury is probably pretty bad. But if he ends up at like a Power 5 school, he's probably straight.
Yeah.
How's the accounting studying going?
Don't remind me, bro. It's tomorrow, 8 a.m. I'm just worried about passing the class. That's the only goal. If I pass the class, I'll be giving away $50. I'll do it. I'll do that on the show Friday.
You're gonna do a giveaway if you pass the class.
Yeah, I guess I can't do that Friday, but I won't know the grade. But Monday, hopefully, should know the grade. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at right now.
Holy shit! Do you know what score you need to get on the test to pass the class? Have you been there yet? Because I used to, instead of study, I would crunch numbers like that instead of actually studying the material.
I think I need a 55.
Okay, is that in your wheelhouse or?
Kind of. I mean, like the class averages for like the normal exams sit like 60, 65. So an accumulative exam, I would not be shocked, especially when we have like this long workout problem section that's 50%. So if I don't know that,
doesn't sound like multiple choice to me.
No, I mean half of it. We'll be seeing.
Doesn't sound like peeping over looking at the Scantron next to you.
No,
like
and trust me, in that class, it wouldn't help me anyway. So we're staying away. Staying away, but we hope.
Praying for you and get it done. Figure it out.
Yeah. odds might be like minus 150 to pass.
Is it a pick 'em? Minus 150 to pass?
Minus 150 to pass. I'll give myself.
All right. Well, the longer we're on BTL, the shorter those odds get. But I'm probably going to play Nicholls today. I think Nicholls is is one of the best teams in the Southlands, and I think they're a little underrated. And I think some of these transfers they got from Central Mich and some of these other like Portland State, some of these other dick butt schools with Latrell Jones and Caleb Huffman, those kids can kind of play. And the spread's moving their way with more money and bets on Southeast Louisiana. So they're a public dog. Although there's probably 7 bets on them total.
Yeah.
I like Nicholls State to win this game by 10+.
Yeah. I mean, I like that. They are, I guess, historically a team too. When they have that first, I know it's a weird situation with kind of their first conference game. I don't know who made the schedule or why there's just a random game in the stretch of 2 weeks. Nobody else was playing any conference games, but first conference game at Nicholls. They come out ready to play.
You think so? You think everyone around town's talking about it?
Everybody, all 5 people in the random city in Louisiana.
Is that where Nicholls is in? Is it Louisiana?
Yeah.
Wow. So a little rivalry game here.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. They're all like a lot of the schools are like middle of nowhere, West Louisiana, and then like East Texas. It's random.
Okay.
That's where the South resides.
Word. Honestly, did not know that. I knew it was South though. I knew it was South. Very cool. Very cool. Is Trent hopping on? Maybe a little bit, buddy. Maybe a little bit. 11 people talk, or 11 people ask that during BTS. Are we on Middle Tennessee State or Chattanooga's? I don't really want to bet this game, to be honest with you. But don't let Chattanooga get hot, is all I'd probably say. But I thought this spread was kind of fat. I don't know. Middle Tennessee State and Coastal Carolina last year took so much money from me. I don't even really know how to read these teams. Coastal Carolina's already taken more money from me again this year. So they cover. I don't know what to tell you. They probably cover again today. Middle Tennessee State does. So
yeah, big spread.
Chattanooga. Everyone's on Chattanooga.
Seems like it. Seems like it.
Yeah. So, I mean, the splits say it too, and people in chat were talking about it before you even came in. So, but the games today suck. Like, I'm not going to force Lehigh today. I'm not going to force Stony Brook today. I'm not going to force anything in UC Irvine and Santa Clara's. Not going to. Not doing it. Not doing it. I cannot believe I'm still so mad at myself for not betting on the Magic last night. I still cannot believe it.
Yeah, you and me both. I was waiting. I was going to wait for the news, and if Trae Young was playing, I was in, and I just forgot.
Dude, I bricked too. Too. It's unacceptable. God damn it. That was about as free of coin as you can get. I don't even. What was the final score? I don't know. I stopped looking because they put up 50 points in the first quarter. I'm assuming the Magic won.
Yeah.
Did they?
They won by 10 or 11.
That's so it.
It was a little closer in the end, but
the NBA is hilarious. But yeah, the Magic were a fucking nuke last night. That's on me, guys. I dropped the ball. Not gonna happen again. Let's look at the board here real quick today. There's 4 games. Your Miami Heat are a weirdly short favorite, although we've seen.
Yeah, I want to buy it.
We've seen the Heat, or sorry, we've seen. You don't mind that?
I want to buy it. There's no Jimmy and no Bam today.
Oh, you want to buy bad news?
Yeah, and the Rockets are coming off of 2 outright wins against the Bucks and the Suns.
Oh.
So I will gladly buy the bad news for the Heat, and the Heat are on a back-to-back.
This looks like my Suns bet the other night that lost by 30.
Yeah, Suns are the Suns, though. Suns are the Suns. Suns are they've been in a lot of sharp spots. The Heat have been one of the more profitable kind of buy bad news teams when all of those guys are out. So I'm with that.
You mean the 9-19 ATS Miami Heat have been profitable and been buying bad news?
Yeah, buying bad news, especially when Bam is out. When Bam is out, that's when I've noticed the bigger things. And I know Jimmy is not 100% out, but I mean, Bam is enough for me with the way that the Rockets have been playing lately. If that's the only guy who's out for this game. So I'm with that.
Okay. My jammy. Would you say Dwayne Dedmon's probably going to start?
Dwayne Dedmon's probably going to get the start.
Jesus Christ. Am I on Houston ML? No way. But it did definitely pique my interest, but now I'm definitely off. No, I'm definitely off. Looks like Houston is very public too.
Yeah, I mean they've been playing well. They're an exciting team. All the young guys down there have been absolutely hooping. So I mean, I'm not surprised to see it, especially with the way the Heat have been playing and all the injuries they have, and it's all racking up.
We've got a rematch of New Orleans and Utah tonight. Literally the same game from 2 days ago. Same game. Injury wise, though, let's take a peek. Let's take a peek. Ingram's still out, obviously. Alvarado's out in this game. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to act like that matters that much. Although he is a spark plug.
Definitely is.
He's going to miss his first game of the season. Okay. I mean, he's not averaging like 10 points a game, is he?
No, I mean
he is. He's averaging 9.5 points a game. Holy shit!
Enough. I mean, they're good on ball defender, but I mean, what killed them last game? It was definitely not guard play. I believe. I think it was Laurie.
Right.
It's Laurie. Yeah, they're getting killed down low. It was all Laurie and Jared Vanderbilt in that game that we were on.
So the Jazz just beat them by 21. The Jazz have beaten them 4 of the last 5 times these guys have played. The Jazz kind of own the Pelicans from what I'm seeing here. Literally played 2 days ago. Pretty much the same fucking situation going on here. Same place, playing the Utah again. The line 2 days ago was Utah +2. They win by 21. Now Utah is +1. Weird. Do you think the public is going to go back to Utah here? And maybe we go with the Pelicans? What are you thinking?
Nah, I think it'll be a Pelicans bounce back narrative pretty publicly. So I mean, I'm not against just staying away from this game.
Okay. Yeah, we're seeing more money and more bets on the Pelicans already, so I think you're right.
Yeah, especially, I mean, the Zion props are getting hammered every single day with good reason. I mean, they've been hidden. He's been playing out of his mind. So I mean, nobody's in a big rush to fade this Pelicans team that looks amazing despite the one loss. That was a couple days ago.
Okay, I'm cool with that. Probably just sit that one out. Absolutely. What about Phoenix and the Clippers? I mean, Phoenix is literally in they cannot be drowning in more piss. There's not a team in the NBA that might be drowning in more piss than them right now.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, too, this is, I think, a prime stay away for me, too, because I know you may have not paid attention to the game last night, but anybody who did and bet on the Clippers game and watched that last night, I feel terrible for you because that was probably one of the worst games of all time. That was a absolute brick fest for, I guess, really you can call it most of the first half, but really the entire game was disgusting to watch. It was terrible. So, I mean, I don't think after that showing anybody is running to bet this Clippers team either. So these are just two teams that I don't want any part of, to be honest with you. And I mean, the Clippers have been playing, I guess, decently as of recently. They did just beat the Celtics on Monday, but I mean, it's gross.
You think Kawhi's probably going to rest today too? Same game of back-to-back.
Yeah, I will say if Booker is going to play, then maybe get in on the Clippers a little bit, but
okay. Yeah, Booker game time. We'll have to say. If Booker plays and Kawhi doesn't, and this is the spread, are you taking the Clippers?
I'll be enticed. I'll say that, but these are two teams that I don't think anybody's running to bet, so it's hard.
Okay. And then real quick, let's talk about Milwaukee and Memphis. Okay. Is Milwaukee one of the best teams in the NBA still up to this point? I'd say so, probably. And then Memphis is now on fire again. So this should be a pretty damn good game. You got any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I mean, I will say something that I've noticed personally, and chat, you can agree or disagree with this if you want to. I want to see what you guys think, but I've seen a lot of short lines on the road for the Bucks. And I'm looking at some of their lines. I mean, they're -2 a couple weeks back or a week and a half back against Charlotte on the road, still covered that. Lane 6 on the road in Orlando. Underdogs, or I guess they moved to 1.5 favorites against Dallas on the road. I don't know if you want to call 10 points on the road against Houston short, but they lost that game outright anyway. So I just don't know if they're great on the road. And a lot of that, I guess, has to do with some of the injuries that they've had at those points in time. But I'm not shocked to see this line personally.
Mhm.
And the Grizzlies have been playing great. So what have they won? 5, 6 in
Yeah,
a
they're on
row?
fire. They're on a heater.
Yeah, haven't lost this
They're on a
month.
heater.
So maybe this is the time where the Bucks just keep cruising past those little short lines on the road. And yes, Memphis is also really, really good at home. And yes. So with no Drew Holiday, I believe, is if that's still the case.
I don't think he's playing. I just looked.
I'm down.
Fat Girls Inc. with some wisdom too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, this is
Sure.
a lot of short lines on the road for the Bucks, and the Grizzlies have been really good, period, but especially good at home.
Yeah, and MJ, I think Jaw's back. I'm pretty sure. Jaw's playing. But that's wild though. We see that a lot around the league though. Like the Wizards will play better without Brad sometimes. It's weird.
Yeah.
So wait, is this Jaw's first game back?
Is it? Because that would be great.
MJ, is this Jaw's first game back? Okay, it is. So now I'm starting to get a little nibble here on the Bucks.
Yeah.
Bucks suck on the road. Bucks short spread. Memphis wins at home. John Morant, swag hound. Memphis wins at home. Memphis has just been a profitable team for the public over the last 2 years, just in general. People like betting on this team. People like betting on Ja. They make people coin, right?
Yeah.
This is interesting, Javon.
This is interesting. And I will say the Bucks do not suck on the road, if I'm not mistaken, but they just have I'm trying to find the record. I mean,
these guys have played. What are you saying? What's the record on the road?
They're 7-4 on the road. It's just more so the lines that they get set on the road. And yes, I think they've lost a couple. Like they lost a game against the Spurs early on. They lost a game against the Rockets. I mean, they've lost to some very winnable games on the road. But the line, the Vegas respect on the road, is something that I just see them keep beating. Ooh, yeah, that's been burning a lot of people in the last week.
Is this true? Lance, is this true? Are you being a truther right now, or are you lying?
Yeah, and this narrative is not really too centered around Ja coming back the first time. It's more just the Bucks.
I mean, if I'm super down to fade good news and take the Bucks here, if they're not good on the road, and if Memphis is streaking and Memphis is getting Ja back for the first time in a little bit tonight, 100% I'm down to take the Bucks. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, let me check where those are at. I mean, Grizzlies are getting hit with a decent bit of money, which scares me a little bit.
Yeah, they are.
But
you see that little arrow next to the bets though? They're getting more bets of late too.
No, they're getting more of both.
Yeah.
And it's a fat little split there. But
okay. Well, as of right now, definitely lean the Bucks.
Yeah, keep an eye. If it gets to it did go up, I guess 1-2. So keep an eye on where that one moves.
Yeah, I don't love that. I'm seeing 1.5 to 2, but same shit. It's not moving in our direction, which I don't like either. So it's probably stay off for now. But if that moves back to 1.5, or maybe the splits even out a little bit, I'll be interested. Oh
yeah.
Okay. Let's look at the ice real quick. Also, shout out Chelly last night for hitting the Chele. Huge.
Yeah, long overdue.
Huge. A lot of games today, Javon. I'll kind of let you take the wheel on this one. Are there any that are sticking out that you like?
Yeah. I mean, as far as sides that are probably going to be super public, or at least by the splits, I'm rolling with these guys today.
Okay.
Lightning. I'm going to take their puck line. This is a really big number. I know the Lightning have been absolutely just superhuman as of lately, but for them to be hanging -300 with Brian Elliott in net, I think that's a little crazy, and I'm willing to kind of ride the wagon and go down with that. The Blue Jackets have been in weirdly public underdog plays in a couple of their last games, and they've fallen pretty flat. And I think this is a game where it's just going to be the Lightning steamrolling. So I'm with them. I think that's a pretty good spot for them, which I rarely bet this. Rarely bet Lightning puck lines, but
TB -1.5.
Yeah, taking -1.5. And
okay.
There's a couple. I don't want to say a couple, but there's one square that I take pretty much any time that it's up, and it's Nicholas Paul points. That is just anytime I look, he's not the biggest goal scorer, really just offensive contributor in general. But some games he just turns it on, and it's just always when the square is up.
Is he banging Kim K-Toe, or is that just Chris?
Yeah, probably just Chris.
Also, was that going on when Kanye and her were married still? Was that like? I need clarification on that whole bit.
I really don't know and don't want to find out.
Because Chris Paul is a big family man, and he's on the State Farm insurance commercials. Good guy, Chris Paul, shirt tucked in, family man. Not a good look.
Yeah.
Although he's got a great excuse. He can probably just say, "Hey, that man's crazy," right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it would be under goals, right? Is he up today?
Yeah, he's up after getting a hat trick to get the record.
Dude.
Which this square has been a wagon for so long. So, I mean, I pretty much take it anytime it's up too. But now it just feels absolutely crazy that it's being offered. But, I mean, they have 5 guys up today, which is the most they pretty much ever have up. They're all Super Corp guys. So,
who the Caps?
Wouldn't be shocked if it hits, but.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about Dallas today. I kind of like Dallas today
against
Dallas, the Caps after we broke the record. The boys were buzzing last night in DC, as they should. And the Caps, they party, they fuck. Those boys know how to booze. Okay, we learned that after they won the Stanley Cup. I don't think there's a team in all of sports that boozes more than that team. We've had more guys busted for coke and shipped to rehab than I've ever seen on any team in my entire life. Anyways, yeah, I don't like the way the line's moving in this one. I already didn't like the spot for us after last night, right? And Ovi breaking that record.
Yeah.
And now the line's moved from, the Caps is a small favorite to now Dallas is a small favorite. So, yeah, DeGen, I unfortunately like Dallas today too. Should I go to the game? That way we know Dallas is going to win, because I've still never been to a Cavs game we've won.
I mean, yeah.
Which is impressive because they've been a lot.
If it's a squad ride, you got to go. If it ends
I
up,
might have to go for the people.
But, yeah, I like this one too.
Cracking over, it's at 5.5, sure.
Not just a 5.5 system play, but this is the Kraken, who, yes, they're very good on the road, which I guess kind of got trapped into that with the puck line. Not that I played it by choice in the Lightning game, but it's just a system thing. 5.5, the Kraken have been one of the most profitable teams when they see these 5.5 totals, and the Hurricanes, I can't talk, coming off of 2 straight shutouts with my man Kochetkov, or however you say his name, who's been absolutely him. So with this move down to 5.5, I wouldn't be shocked if we see a super high scoring Kraken game here, which I'm going to take it.
It doesn't bother you that it moved from 6 to 5.5?
Well, everything, like nothing opens 5.5, really. There's very, very few and far in between. All of the ones that I take the over 5.5 on, really, most of them move 6 to 5.5.
Okay. The Jen says he'll pay for my Uber if I go to the game. Damn. Jay State Farm with some State Farm insight here also. Chris Paul was Kim's neighbor. Maybe he was just trying to be a good neighbor and help.
Yeah. Why not?
Maybe she was stuck in the washer or something. I don't know. DeGen, 49ers, question mark. DeGen is on Seattle, I think, already, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zonovan doesn't love it.
Makes sense. On the Hawks, but don't love it. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, the Hawks is such a system play.
It is.
That if I don't take it, I'm going to be like, well, I overthought the shit out of that. That was dumb.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get mad at anybody for playing the Seahawks.
But now we're seeing them. I mean, I don't know, man. Now the line's moving. I don't know, and I just don't think Seattle's good. I really don't. This one's tough.
Yeah, it worries me because we're on a pretty serious run of sharp spots in primetime games hitting. I mean, I think we've hit the last 5, 6.
Like a good neighbor. State Farm is there to fuck. That is awesome.
That's hilarious.
You know what? OGK, I probably would try to be a good neighbor and help out if I had to.
Wouldn't we all? Wouldn't we all?
Anything I have to do to help my neighbor.
Yeah.
As a Washington fan, we want Seattle to lose. Yes, sir, Ron. You are correct. You are correct. Grabs, Pete Carroll stats. I thought you put a Megalodon on the Niners. If the Niners move to -4, I might be on them. Fuck it.
Yeah.
We'll
If they
see where
move
this
to
line
4,
moves.
yeah.
We'll see where this line moves. If people keep acting like Seattle has Marshawn Lynch back with Kenneth Walker coming back today, and Geno Smith is just better than Russell Wilson, if that's the kind of shit we're hearing all day today, you'll find me on the Niners. It is what it is. Not personal, just business. Okay.
All business.
I also have that pretty big 49ers Super Bowl ticket that's maybe the weirdest ticket ever. It's gone through the craziest journey since I took it. Remember, I got it right after the McCaffrey news before DraftKings changed the odds. I was just bigger, faster, stronger, better than that day. Got it plus 1,800. They moved the odds immediately. I'm just better. I'm just better than them. And then the odds have it's just been an absolute roller coaster. Went down to plus 600 at one point, then went back up to 2,000 when Jimmy G got hurt. And now it's just starting to creep down again. So nuts. Geico, respectfully. I'm a Geico guy too, actually. Great rates. Sure. No free ads, though. No free ads. Fuck Geico. All right. What about any of these other games on ice?
I mean, this Vegas game is really, really weird. Really weird. And I say that because I wasn't expecting this kind of movements. Seahawks might. Oh, did he keep the points?
Oh, keep the points. Don't need them.
Interesting. But this Vegas Blackhawks game, super interesting. Nobody wants to bet the Blackhawks. This line for Vegas is very short. I think it went down, 215, 220.
Going down
to 205, 200, which this was a very, very, very close game. I think it was 1-0 the last time they played. But I wasn't expecting this type of movement, to be honest with you. If you take the Hawks, I assume you're talking about the Seahawks, because the Blackhawks, I'm very much considering this.
I might take a Hawk parlay today with the Seahawks plus 3.5, the Red Hawks money line, Seattle Red Hawks college basketball, and the Blackhawks money line.
Whew. That'd be wild.
What do you think about that?
That'd be absolutely wild.
Any other Hawks playing today?
We gotta find them. I mean, don't have Atlanta, I don't think, because they played last night, and I don't think they were on the three-headed hawk.
The three-headed hawk.
That's funny.
First theme parlay I ever made. What the?
Unreal.
Let's go, Trent.
Unreal.
The three-headed hawk. Did the three-headed hawk hit? I don't even know why I have to ask. I think we all know that shit didn't hit. But that's okay. Iowa Hawkeyes, Blackhawks, and Seahawks. Sure. Unbelievable.
Unreal.
Well, I guess you could throw in the Iowa under in the bowl game.
Honestly. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, just toss that in. Might as well.
I like the Blackhawks ML today. Please tell me you're not being soft and you're taking the plus 1.5.
Well, yeah, I have to take plus 1.5 if it stays minus 205. It's just
I'm seeing minus one. I'm seeing some minus 195 still floating around.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
On DK.
Okay. Well, I mean, to keep it consistent, like closing prices and everything, I do use FanDuel. So we're seeing 210.
Okay.
But we'll see where it goes.
Okay. Word. What else?
I think that's
St. Louis.
I do like St. Louis. There is a very trappy boost that I'm seeing on FanDuel, which is
on Edmonton.
Well, not directly on them to win, but Leon Draisaitl and Tage Thompson to each record a point. That is one of the trappiest hockey squares I think I've ever seen. Seen. That's a crazy square or a crazy boost. So one of them has to be the brunt of that one. Yeah, it's going to look very free.
Okay. Zion points higher than it was last game after not cashing. I mean, I can't believe that didn't cash last game. I'll be honest with you, dude. Like, he had 25 points.
Really?
No, it didn't cash. Oh.
Really?
Remember I was chirping the BetMGM square who didn't fucking post all the crazy bets for the first time? And I was like, oh, I wonder why. And I look on the fucking app, and they're boosting the Pelicans and Zion points everywhere. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Zion 30 plus and Pelicans win boosted plus 400. Yep, sounds about right.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not possible for him to cash this solo.
Yeah, they both have to score, right?
Yeah, they both
It's not
have to
just
get a
like
point.
over 1.5 points from both.
No, it's to each get a point.
Okay. There was another game. Panthers. I feel like did we bet on the Panthers against the Penguins in the same spot last time these guys played? No.
Don't quite think so. Oh my god.
No.
Draisaitl had 5 points last game, didn't he? Sure.
Someone's got a rack on Ray McLeod. Sure.
Jesus Christ.
That's awesome.
It's scary. I was kind of looking at his square. That's a weird square that's up on Prize Picks, I guess.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit. I don't think we bet on them the last time. I don't think they've played in a while. I think what you may be thinking of.
We bet on the Panthers at home to end against a team that was on fire.
It was the Kraken. That was when you were at the house, right?
No, this was when I was back here at home base.
Okay.
This was, I don't know. They had a bunch of goals early, and then it got tied up late, and then they ended up winning late. It was a crazy high-scoring game. Doesn't matter. But what I will say is that I lean the Panthers by the line move, and I'm pretty sure the Penguins are extremely public.
Should be.
As they always are, right?
Pretty much now. Yeah. They're one of the hottest teams in the NHL right now, if not the hottest.
And they're not even the favorite tonight.
Yeah, a little bit. They're not that public.
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah,
still a little public.
A little bit. But
that's also interesting. I know the Panthers have, or at least last week, they had the most projected goals or whatever by their offense. Like not the most actual goals, but
yeah, expected goals.
Expected goals. Yes. So when I see shit like that, that makes me want to take teams like that.
Yeah.
So I definitely lean Florida's. But if you had to take one play on ice today, are you taking your Lightning? Are you taking the Stars ML? Or are you taking that 5.5 over with Seattle, Carolina? What are you taking?
Those are all of pretty equal importance. I'm not gonna lie. I do really like the Bolts. It just scares me because I don't think you can find a more lopsided spread inside on the board today. I just think it's hitting. I love the Stars though. I can really get behind the Stars. I know they burned us a couple days ago, but Ovi coming off of the record-breaking game, I don't think there's a better spot.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to be a beer last night in DC.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Holy shit. Bad day to be a beer in DC last night.
Terrible day.
And you want to talk about the Penguins being the hottest team in hockey? That's disrespect.
It's also true.
That's disrespect to the GOAT. And just the Caps who are firing on all cylinders now. They're healthy. And they're playing some good hockey. Straight up. And no, DeGen did not come on today. He's going to come on tomorrow, I think. Got to hit him up, though. Give me the Stars. Fade my team. Holy shit. Caps are on fire. Ovi broke a record last night. Sure, they went out to booze. Line flipped. Everyone's talking about the Caps getting hot. I don't really know any hockey brain reasons. I'd love for you to fill in those gaps if you have any. But Stars are not public. Give me the Stars.
Yeah, I'm with that. And yeah, somebody's talking about this over in the Lightning game too, which this is what 100% worries me. If we get a legacy game for Brian Elliott because of that extremely fat price, I would love the over if it was a little closer of a line for the Lightning, but it worries me. And the Lightning can do it themselves. They really can. They can get 5 or 6, and CBJ can pop 1 or 2 against Elliott, certainly, but that line worries me that they're going to be able to score. I want to see some squares. I want to see some PP squares for that. Being a little slow today. Yep.
The Caps have been electric since Oshie's been back. Yeah, Oshie might not be the best player on the Caps, but he sure is the heart. He's the heart. He is awesome. I'll be on tomorrow to give you 3 weekly specials in the NFL that are going 2 for 3. Can't tell if the Jen's making fun of me or if he's making a genuine comment there. Either way, W. Tune into BTL tomorrow. Bada bing, bada boom, Corp. Okay. Cool. Well, let's talk about some of our favorite plays today. All right. Not that many options. But let's
know
circle
that.
back. Let's circle back. Let's pick our spots here and let's be sharp. Let's be sharp. It sucks with the NBA because we don't really know what we're going to play until later. That really
Yeah.
blows.
Yeah.
And
that
it
hurts.
sucks. It sucks that this line is. I wish I had more time to watch this line in San Fran. Mush. Hey boys, what's up? How stoked is everyone to take Seattle tonight? I'm sure you're pretty happy that everyone's on Seattle tonight, Mush. Haven't
Not
seen a
us.
single 49ers ticket besides our guy Gino.
Yeah.
So, and
I
I'm
ain't on the
assuming
Seahawks.
Mush
I'll
is
tell
on
you
them
that
as
much.
well. What's up?
I ain't on the Seahawks. I'll tell you that much.
I know, and you might be on the Niners to come kick off, right?
Yeah, come kick off. We get a little move their way. God forbid we see a 4. I'll be on.
Yeah, if we see a 4, I might be on too. Fuck it.
But I mean, again, like I said, I can't blame anybody for playing the Seahawks. Everything points that way.
Mm.
I don't mind that team total underplay either. Bad luck.
You're talking about Seattle TTUs.
Yeah, Mush just said he's got a couple units on that.
What is that number at? That intrigues me.
He's got 20.
Under 20.
What a terrible play. Who was saying the Caps played last night?
That was me, I think. That was me.
Who cares? They played last game. You know what we mean.
Fucking cops in here, man. Seahawks by 1 million. See, this is the issue. This is all I'm seeing all day today.
Yeah.
I can't stop seeing it. Stop saying this stuff. Respectfully. Fuck. 3U on TTU. Whoops. Wow, Mush. Sure.
Yeah. And I mean, the Pickett splits are interesting. I don't know if you saw that. It's, and people complain that it's like not the same. VEASAN numbers obviously very different. People don't know how to use Pickett. So let me make that announcement here.
Sure.
Use Pickett differently. You look at it in a different light. You talk about the numbers that you see on VEASAN or shouldn't use Action Network, but a lot of people do for those splits, like Action Network. It's different. And when you try to think of like who in your head is betting on a team, like who actually is betting on a team in a situation like this where you're like, oh, I think I see this side all day, but the splits don't reflect it. Go to Pickett and find out what the sentiment is. And it's not an ad or anything. It's just you got to learn to use it in different ways. They're the actual like VEASAN splits and Pickett splits, two different things that serve two different purposes. So
So give the people an example, like pull up the fucking splits for today's NFL game and tell them how you're looking at those.
Yeah. So like when I look at kind of the splits for this game, it's you see that the Niners are not pretty, but I mean they're a little public on like VEASAN. You see 69% of the bets, 50% of the money, which the arrows are currently on the Seahawks. So it's starting to catch up a little bit. But when you go to Pickett, you see everybody and their mother is on the Seahawks spread, which kind of reflects the same sentiment that you see on Twitter, you see in comments, whatever. So I look at that and I say, yes, I'm seeing it a lot. And not that I don't trust the numbers that we see from VEASAN or anything, but when you talk about, DeGen always says this, go and ask 5 people who are super square bettors who they're on, and you're going to find your answer. It's a little different. So I look at that and I'm a little scared to take the Seahawks. And yes, this also, I saw this a couple of minutes ago when I was just going through. This scares the living hell out of me when I go to Action Network and I see this, especially on an underdog. So this seems very Maryland-esque.
Oh, yep. I agree. Fuck, man. Seahawks might be Maryland 2.0 today.
Might be. Again,
Danny
can't blame anybody for playing them. Can't blame them. It's a tough game.
It is a really tough game. I mean, Danny Mahoney's literally saying, I didn't hear no bail. I'm not scared. Respect. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like the Vikings is a little different because the Vikings have short lines every week. So, I mean, I trust the people to fade them a little more. I just don't want to be on the sides myself for them or against them.
What's your favorite Geno under square? Our guy Lance has asked a couple times. If you had to take one of them.
That would be interesting. let's look through them all. You want to pull it up?
Sure.
Might as well while we're here.
Sure.
Because I mean, there's really not one that you can find that's not super extremely green. I think literally every square except for passing attempts and maybe rushing yards is green all the way through.
You know, like we said though, guys, this does make sense why they're lower.
Does.
He's going against the best. He's going against the best defense in football. Who's playing their best ball right now? Excuse me, I have the hiccups.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. All right, it's not like we're just. It's not like he's going up against the fucking. I don't even know what's a shitty fucking defense in the NFL. It's not like he's going up against the Giants defense or anything. His own defense.
Yeah.
These shits are all green though, brother.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it makes perfect sense for them to be this low.
This one is the one that sticks out to me because it's significantly lower, I feel like.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I think if I had to take one, I'd probably take the fantasy. This one's also weird too.
Yeah. The only thing that worries me about, I guess it's not like significant as far as the fantasy score, but it's more significant than passing yards. I do think he can go over his rushing yards because I think he's going to get chased like hell out of that pocket, which, I mean, they're worth more than passing yards, certainly. And is he going to go over that alone? Probably not. But I would be a little scared if he does get a rushing touchdown in there.
You're saying for fantasy score?
Yeah.
That's what concerns you?
That's what scares me a little bit. Because, I mean, a long scramble and God forbid he gets in the end zone, he's halfway there. But so it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's definitely interesting.
So you like this one probably better than out of those two? You probably like the pass and rush and receiving under?
I mean, I want to look through these bumps because I believe it's only his passing yards that got bumped down. I'm looking to check. Let's see. Let's check through this real quick. Kenneth Walker bumped down on everything. Sure. Noah Fant bumped down on everything. Kittle targets bumped down. McCaffrey rush attempts bumped down. That's weird. Noah Fant receptions bumped up, but yards bumped down. That's an interesting one. Yeah. Geno passing yards is the only thing I see that got actually bumped down.
So maybe we just stick with that then.
Maybe
don't
we
overthink it.
Do that, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'd probably go with that then. Either that or the under 1.5 touchdowns. I'd say.
Both of them. Both of them I think are decent looks. The only thing that worries me about that, I guess, because I'm trying to find something to like worry about every single little square, is I don't know how much of a facet that running game is going to be able to be. So like Kenneth Walker's significantly ailed. Is Travis Homer going to do it? Is Tony Jones going to do it? DJ Dallas is also going to be ailed. Who's going to do it? I don't know. And this is something that I've seen a lot too. They played from week 2, and yes, they got killed. Both of these teams are nowhere near the same team.
Completely different.
So it's like usually I like to look at that and be like, okay, how are the lines different? But there's nothing you can even look at. This is a Brock Purdy team with McCaffrey in the fold, with Debo not in the fold. They're playing better football. Their defense is even playing better since the start of the year. Seahawks, Geno Smith has progressed. Kenneth Walker has progressed, but he's also hurt. It's too much. It's too much.
John Morant's point line just went down a spec. Is this true, MJs? Let me know.
Interesting.
Let me know. It did get bumped down. Wow.
Should I not start Lockett in fantasy? You have a guy like Olave you can start over him.
That's tough. Jesus.
That's tough because I certainly don't trust Olave either. It's a tough situation. I mean, Lockett can certainly get his, and I know that the matchup on paper is decent for Olave when you go to play Atlanta at home. I don't know.
I'd probably go with Olave. The total's going up. Falcons defense doesn't scare me much.
Yeah.
I'd probably go Olave, to be honest with you.
Wonder what he did, or have they? Or they haven't played yet. Oh, they did play it. They played week 1. My worry would be AJ Terrell, as long as he's still in the fold.
Lockett has 6 straight touchdowns. Holy shit.
Whew.
I definitely wouldn't go Lockett then, but say the same thing after 5 touchdowns, right?
Yeah.
They have him up for, they have Lockett and DK up for a over half rushing receiving touchdown. They also have a Lockett and Kenneth Walker. I feel like those are like the 3 squarest dudes to take today.
Yeah.
All paired up for touchdowns.
Yeah.
Maybe McCaffrey, I guess, probably too would be up there, but
they don't have a McCaffrey square though. That's the thing.
Because he's probably going to score. I mean,
yeah, I mean it's boosted everywhere, but again, that's not one where I'm willing to fade. That Ayuk and Noah Fant square is a little interesting. We'll say that, but I mean, I'm not a big Noah Fant supporter because I feel like everybody tries to be pretty sharp with him week to week, and it just never works. Which good reads by everybody. It's not like they're taking him just to take him, but his involvement has never really been for me where it should be. But he's like the one in this target category that stood out to me as far as this high number. Those have been hitting in prime time since they've been getting put up again. Other than Devontae Parker, who got concussed in that game.
Right.
Yeah, this one is 5 targets, which he's not gone over since November 6th against the Cardinals. So it's really interesting. Yeah, Seattle touchdowns are definitely hard to bet. There's no joke about that. But if I probably had to take one of those squares, it would probably be that one with Ayuk and Fant.
Okay.
Oh, he does. He has a rushing touchdown. Is that right?
Yeah, he does have a rushing TD up.
He hasn't been scoring, has he?
Well, he had a rushing touchdown last week.
He
broke one off. He broke one off. Yeah.
Before that. I think he might have been up for that last week too. And he hadn't hit that in 4 games or something. 3 games. Interesting.
It is interesting. Okay. And he's up for a receiving one separately too. Is that true?
No, he was saying he got a receiving touchdown on the Bucs game too. Don't even remind me about that touchdown, bro. Don't even remind me about that touchdown. That was a dot, though. That was a dot. You got to show love to Brock for that.
Yeah. He hits his guys. He had a hell of a game.
Yeah, filthy.
Hell of a game. It's good to see. It's good to see some of these young QBs making plays, stepping up, because I feel like in the last decade or so, I don't know, until Mahomes and Josh Allen and some of these Bulls have really gotten going, but it's been like the geezer fest with these QBs. Like, you can't win unless you got a fucking 30-plus QB like Tom Brady behind you. Now you got guys like Brock Purdy going out here making plays. You got guys like Heineke who are sleeping on their fucking sister's couch and backing up in the XFL. Next thing you know, he's starting. So I fuck with it. But there's not 30 good quarterbacks in the NFL. Hence why quarterbacks are so valuable.
Yeah. And usually, like, I would be kind of in this same headspace of like, this is his first true road game. 49ers haven't played on the road in the wild just in general. So this would be kind of a place where he would struggle. But in this offense and this scheme, and it's just so not on his shoulders. And like, yeah, he had a fantastic game against the Bucs, and a lot of that was created by him. But in a game where there's such a porous run defense in the Seahawks and just a bad defense in general, if they win this game, or for them to win this game, he doesn't have to do too much. So it's like, I get it. I'm good.
Okay. And yes, Fruity, I obviously had to shout out my guy. Come on. Gabe get buckets. We'll talk about this real quick, and then we'll go into the squad rides. Can you briefly explain how much money and handle, or everyone being on something or one side, actually plays into whether it may hit or may not hit? I get Vegas is going to eat and doesn't want to pay everyone out, but at a certain point, the game got to be the game sometimes too. No, I'm assuming you mean the public's got to eat at some point too. Yeah, I mean, the books don't want to go 100%. If they do, they don't have any customers, right? But they're sure as hell not going below 50%. Vegas wouldn't look like it did Aria wouldn't be built with those designer malls out in front of it in Vegas if Vegas, didn't win more than 50% of the time.
Yeah.
They're winning a lot.
The way that I frame it is like we see lines, we see odds, we see whatever it may be. Vegas knows more than us. So yes, we like to break down kind of what we think about the game from a football perspective. But if they're telling a different story with the advanced data, whether it's predictive, whether it's analytic, whatever it may be, if that's telling a story that we aren't able to comprehend, I will lean into that because again, they're smarter than we are. That's why they're Vegas.
Their algorithms, their fucking bazillion simulations they're running, the freaking mobster and the wife beater that I picture with some spaghetti sauce still on his shirt and a huge beer belly, but it doesn't matter because the guy is the sharpest dude in the game and you can look however he looks, that comes in and tinkers the lines a little bit at the end. That's the reason why when I see a line that doesn't make sense, I bet it because that's the shit I know that's going on. Plain and simple. Yeah. Literally gabagool. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's do squad ride. Okay. Real quick, before we pick some of these in chat, go ahead and put what you want us to put in the squad ride. Let me know. Put your favorite pick in chat, and we'll pick a couple to put in. Okay. Favorite pick of the day. Favorite pick of the day. Let me know. Real quick, though, if you're going to any games this weekend, if you want to come and booze with me at the Fed this Sunday night, buy your tickets on SeatGeek. Promo code book it. $20 off. Why not use it? I use it. I have the app right here. I buy my tickets on it. So you guys don't think I'm just going corp. I literally use the app to buy my shit. So it's right here. Boom. I use it. Didn't use it to buy these Commanders tickets, but I use them to buy a lot. So use SeatGeek, promo code book it to buy all your tickets there. Honestly, the fees are way cheaper than some of the other sites. So there you go. You're welcome. Presbyterians up 6. There's no way. Are they actually up 6 right now?
Are they?
Holy shit.
Jeez.
What a melt by Elon. I'm so happy I didn't take them. Holy smokes. All right. Let's get in the game here. Let's put our favorite fucking plays in here. All right. Dallas Stars.
Yeah, throw them in.
Got it. Let's go.
I still want to put Lightning -1.5 in there.
Okay. Let's do it. What else? I know I want to put the Bucks in, but we just don't know.
Yeah, that one's tough. Just because of the movement on it.
I'm gonna fucking fade I'm gonna be on the Bucks tonight, I think. Let me look at the injuries again. What are we dealing with again?
Drew Holiday's out. He's been out.
Yeah. But it's no, I think the Bucks are a go.
I'm fine with the Bucks.
You don't sound too fine with the Bucks.
I'm the one who brought it up.
Oh,
I'm fine with the Bucks.
All right. Let's go Bucks.
Yeah.
+2 or ML?
We'll take the 2.
What else? Chat. What do you guys like?
I'm actually going to take that today. I have to take that today.
Caleb Martin points, throw it in. Jesus.
I have to take that today.
Man. Grizzlies will win. I'm geeking.
I mean, I don't want to just keep plugging my teams because it sounds stupid, but how do you feel about the Heat?
Here comes Mohican Sports Network coming in and telling me to bet the fucking Phillies World Series ticket again for the fucking 4th time this week. Get out of here.
Free.
I'm betting that shit. Trent, what do you want us to fucking put in here, dude?
He wants Caleb Martin over points.
Oh, is that him who said that?
No, it wasn't. But it's him who loves that prop. It was really fire.
We got the Stars in here, Danny. Don't you worry, brother.
We got the Stars.
What should we put in? 49ers ML?
No.
The under in the game? It's moving down from 43.5 to 43 consensus. We could put the under in.
I mean, we can. I don't feel particularly confident about anything in this game, to be real with you.
All right. Yankees.
Yankees. Yankees
I
minus
don't know. I
1.5.
didn't mean to click that. I didn't mean to click that. Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking this guy was telling me to put the Yankees in as a joke. His name is literally the Yankees. All right, should we just roll with these three then? Because it doesn't seem like anyone else wants to put anything else in. And I think every single person in chat put a different pick in. So
Yeah. You got nothing.
let's go with these three.
Nothing in CBB we want to put in.
I don't know if I want my POD to be the same fucking play as the squad right again.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So, I mean, we can put in Nichols.
Oh, yeah, it's not going to win anyway. So
Okay, let's put in these three. We got Dallas ML on ice. That's what I'm going to be voting for probably. We've got Tampa Bay minus 1.5 on ice, and we've got Milwaukee +2 on the hardwoods. Vote, vote, vote. Go, 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 go. We got 2 minutes. Go, go, go. Hurry up. All right, what else you got? You got the fucking exam tomorrow, and then you're done?
Yeah, then I'm done.
Counting tomorrow, and then you're done?
Yeah, then I'll be heading back Saturday to Tampa to see Tom Brady take down Joe Burrow.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though, is that he's not.
You know he is. You know he is.
He's not. You told me you said on here yesterday. I can go back and check the tapes that you're going to be fading.
No, I'm not going to fade him. I'm not going to fade him. I was just saying this is the line is screaming take the Bucs. I just don't know if I can get myself to do it. But I just might have to.
Okay. Can you guys please go vote? The Bucs are running away with it right now. Let's see what happens. We got another minute here. Tampa's winning. Sorry. I don't know.
Oh, and yeah.
I don't know if they are.
They absolutely are bad. Terrible.
Yeah. Nichols affirmative. Yes, C Lord. Good.
Yeah. Give my vote to the Bolts.
Okay. You are wearing the jersey.
I am.
Is there a jersey curse for this show too, or is it just the one on next?
Probably just the one on next.
Okay. This poll is a sweat. I'll tell you that much.
This is one of the closest ones.
This might be the closest poll. Can you guys go vote, please? Go, go, go. This might be the closest poll we've had yet. My God. All right. Well, we got a game tonight. Stay posted, guys. You know where to find our bets. Pick it and Twitter. Okay. Don't take John Morant's overs today. If you buy any tickets, buy them on SeatGeek. Make sure you use your Prize Picks free entry today. And make sure you guys don't go out and do anything stupid this week because the game of the year is on Sunday. Make sure you're rested and recovered for that. Game of the year, Sunday night. Heineke's going to look like Mahomes again because he already looked like Mahomes the other week with that crazy throw across his body. People forget. People do. We're going with Dallas tonight. We're fading the Caps after their big night last night. I'm going to say it one more time to piss people off. After their big win this week. Okay, there we go. There we go. Chat cops. Yeah. Let's have a day. Let's hit our bets. Okay. And good luck finding winners tonight because the board today, shit reeks. All right. Trent, take us home.